Hello, beautiful people. My name is Kristen. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. I have my middle grade March TBR and some possibilities. So there's ones that I'm going to read for sure, and I'm going to kind of make into the prompts, as well as ones that I hope to get to. I did look out for suggestion group read at the 2 used bookstores I went to, and they did not have it. I may give in and buy that one new, or order it online if my local bookstore doesn't have it. But I have so many possibilities that I'm really leaning towards just keeping that one on my long-term wish list. But if you're interested, I will leave all the information about these books in my description so that you can participate in middle grade March however you want to. I will also leave the original links and the hosts and all that kind of good information. It's basically a wonderful readathon that just all you have to do to participate is read one middle grade book. And I mean, I appreciate the fact that most people watching these videos are not in the middle grade age range. And yet there's something really satisfying sometimes about just picking one up. And especially if it was maybe one from your childhood that you're now looking at from a more critical adult viewpoint. Or maybe that breaks the magic. You do you. Here's what I'm going to do. The first category is an award winner, not the Newbery, which is the easiest to find. I did actually pick several that were Newbery, but for these, I'm going to have a couple of them. One is Laurie Halse Anderson's Chains. This one was recommended to me by the bookseller in the used bookstore, and this is actually a used copy, y'all. So, I mean, it doesn't even hardly look like they really read it, and I'm just thrilled with that. So this is the Scott ODell Book Award winner, which is historical fiction, and I don't know too much about it. There's not really a summary or synopsis on here, but historical fiction, young girl slave trade kind of telling. I look forward to reading it. It's obviously an award winner. And then I'm putting this under the award winner because this lovely book, Pax, by Sara Pennypacker. I had to look at that name because it sounds like I've never heard that last name, and I love it, Pennypacker, and Pax by Pennypacker. So this was nominated for the National Book Award. I don't think it won. This was 3 or 4 years ago, but it is just a really fun kind of animal style moral. I'm picturing like Aesop's Fables. I could be off. Stay tuned for my review. But I saw this copy that there was like a book sale in Barnes and Nobles one day, and I actually picked this up almost a year ago, and then I decided I was going to save it for middle grade, and it fits best into the category of award winner. So we're putting it there because I want to read it, and it's going on the for sure I'm going to read this category. For Sci-Fi Dystopian, that one was a pretty easy call because I had started out the Apothecary series. This is the first one, but I actually ended up reading like the last one, which I can put a picture up here. I don't know where that copy is, but I still have it somewhere. So this is books 1 and 2, and I've already read the end. So this is a series, magical story of children who come in contact with a kind of mad scientist person who actually makes a formula, like a pharmaceutical, that when you take it, you turn into your spirit bird. So you don't know what that is until you take this. And then they use these kind of magic powers or insights or things to fight against corruption, particularly against the planet, trying to basically save environmental kind of issues. So this is totally kind of sci-fi going towards the dystopian. And I look forward to now going back and participating in the whole series. Just a funsy kind of thing. The next prompt is Sea and Sky. And as I looked over my books, I have up for grabs The Island of Blue Dolphins by Scott ODell. So this I don't know if this is the same Scott ODell that the award. So, but it definitely, half of the book is sky, and half of the book here is sea. So, I mean, is there going to be a book that makes this prompt? Well, I mean, and dolphins. I mean, sea and sky. Here it is. I've never read this book. I don't remember ever reading this book anyway. So it's a short little, this will be a one afternoon kind of read. And I really, really look forward to it. It's a classic middle grade, right? The next one is a Neurodivergent Character. So I did not own any books like this, but when I was in the used bookstore, I was just pulling books off and flipping through them and seeing if I could find one that kind of had a character that was, you know, struggling with disability, particularly in kind of processing and whatnot. And I found the girl with the silver eyes. So she doesn't, this is almost a little magical though. She doesn't know why she has these silver eyes. And then she has some kind of telepathic, empathetic kind of extraordinary abilities as well. But really that just kind of sets her apart, and everybody thinks she's weird and a little different and off and a little scared of her. And so I think this will fit that prompt. And I'm going to give this, also looks like it'll be a pretty quick read. And I like a little magical element, especially in the middle grade, right? Then the last and fifth prompt is a book that was published in the past year. I had already picked up Rainbow Rowell's Scattered Showers. It was on the middle grade table. It is just short stories. So I will go ahead and read all of them, but I was looking for a title one. A lovely book of short stories by Rainbow Rowell, which I do enjoy. This author, geared towards middle grade, came out last year. I think they're all different and they all have different themes. So look forward to the review so I can tell you more about that. So those are the ones, there's actually, even though there's 5 prompts, I have 7 in that group that I am absolutely going to read. So those are going to be my middle grade for sure books. Now my possibilities, and you can leave me a comment if you think I need to bump these up or which order I need to like prioritize these if I have extra room. And the library sale, I found a couple of these, the books of Elsewhere. I've never read any of these. I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure it makes sense if I read them out of order because I'm not sure where in the series. There's a ton of these, but I just think it's a cute little premise. It's like, this one says, 11-year-old Olive moves into an old house on Linden Street. She knows there's something weird about the place and creepy antique paintings. The 3 very unusual cats. But the weirdest thing, when Olive finds and puts on a pair of old glasses, she can travel inside the paintings to Elsewhere. So this, I don't know if they all follow the same pattern but it seems like it's always some magical portal, if you will. I like that. I like that idea. I'd like to get to those. A middle grade nonfiction book. This is The Long Way West. So this is told for middle grade readers, talking about the settlement and the pioneering days. And so I thought that could be fun because it's amazing to me, like being an adult who has studied some of that, how going back and revisiting how much I've forgotten or how much there's like a spark of something interest, like, oh, now that I'm adult, I want to know more fully this particular story or this particular historical person. So I'm hoping that this will be a fun kind of insight into maybe some new stories that I had forgotten or I want to explore a little deeper now, because I am getting very much into that re-evaluating history and applying it to the present. I also found a lovely copy of Dr. Dolittle, and I know I did read this as a child, but besides he's a doctor for talking animals, I don't remember much else of what happened. So if I get in the mood and opportunity comes up, that is on a possibilities, as well as Beverly Cleary's The Mouse and the Motorcycle, which I also know for sure that I read, you know, just about every Beverly Cleary book that there was. I pretty sure I remember watching an animated show of this as well, but I just remember, there's a Ralph maybe? Yes, Ralph. See, I kind of remember, but not really. So it would be fun just to revisit, to have that nostalgic kind of flashback. I think he's a little rascally, but good-hearted kind of mouse. So there you have it. That's my middle grade. If you want to tell me what you're reading for middle grade March, if you've read any of these, if some of the possibilities are maybe one of your favorites, or you think I should bump them up to the top of the possibilities, let me know. I would love to hear that. Love to converse with you in the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy reading, y'all. Take care.